We've been visiting the historic town of Lijiang in Yunnan, China. This is our fourth episode. We're leaving town, going to ride horses, visit a monastery, and a rural village. We made a day trip out into the countryside, and this was really a nice adventure. We had a chance to mingle with the local tribes people, another ethnic minority, and do some horseback riding in the river. That was pretty exotic, and had a chance to try and talk with these people, although not much English, but still it's fun communicating and trying anyway. Continuing along on our private bus tour, we stop at a visitor center for a beautiful view of Jade Dragon Snow Mountain. It's got the southernmost glacier in the Northern Hemisphere. It's a beautiful sight. And then we carry on to a monastery. And there's a monastery on our itinerary. We had a chance to drop in and have a look around this historical building and meet several of the monks in residence and several of the other workers there. So this was a nice touch as well. This Jade Peak Monastery sits at the foot of Yulong Snow Mountain and was established back in 1756. It's actually a monastery, and it's most famous for its beautiful gardens and camellia tree. Naturally, they have a gift shop, and so the ladies were most interested to see what kind of authentic jewelry and other knickknacks and artifacts might be available. It was a special opportunity to meet and greet the head monk who was presiding over the temple this day, a very friendly fellow. And then we're moving along on this busy afternoon, our small group heading back to the bus for our next adventure. As part of our excursion out to Jade Mountain area, we stopped in this other village. It's not nearly as famous or historic or as attractive as Lijiang, but it was so fascinating in itself. Even fewer tourists, fewer development here. You've got oxen and animals walking right down the main lane of town, and no paving, and very rustic situation here, really old-fashioned wooden buildings, and the local Nashi culture with people, locals who really don't speak any English. So good luck communicating, but it's really fun to see. The Nashi ethnic minority has a population of just over 300,000 people scattered mostly throughout Yunnan and particularly in the Lijiang district. They are farmers primarily. And of course now they're adapting somewhat to the tourist trade, but in a small village like this, it seems like the livelihood is 99% farming. They're leading a fairly simple life, something like people lived in the 19th century, it looks like. We felt very privileged to be witness to this and to be allowed into their home and to see how they live and share a little bit of time with them. The chief crops of the region are rice and maize, wheat, potatoes, bean, hemp, and cotton. So these people are somewhat self-sufficient in their foods. And of course, like kids everywhere, they're out playing in the schoolyard. The little boys are kicking the soccer ball around naturally, and the girls are doing somewhat more peaceful activities, jumping rope and having fun together. This sojourn in a rural village made the perfect ending for our visit to the Lijiang area, a place that we have forever locked in time for you with this video. We've got more movies about Lijiang, China, and other parts of the world. Take a look at our YouTube channel and subscribe.